Good morning, dear participant. Today is day 9 of 2 weeks faculty development program on entrepreneurship, sponsored by the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. Today we have 3 speakers and who will take three sessions on different topic. We have Partha Sen sir, Sanjeeva Kumar Majumdar sir, and Subhobroto Chakroborty sir. So Partha sir has joined with us, and we are very grateful to have you, sir, in this 2 weeks faculty development program. Partha sir is as AI product developer. He has created 15 plus prototypes, and his shipped product KAI got Best Innovation Award from 3M USA. He is ex-HSBC, and his 18 years of experience include investment, strategy, data science, Gen AI, and AI architecture. He is graduate engineer from NIT Surat, master in data science from Northwestern University, Chicago. His wealth tech innovation filed a patent. He has filed a patent using that is prototype. It is in prototype stage. That is ESG Lytics using Graph and Gen AI, and he is selected top 50 for Dialogflow CX component designer by Google in 2021 summer competition. So we are fortunate that sir has taken out some time to make learn the participant about the AI application of AI to the transformation of the startup business. So we are welcome you, sir, and we would like to invite you to deliver the keynote talk. Over to you, sir.
It's my pleasure. It's again probably this second one, and absolutely I'm pretty happy to present, and I think that audience will listen to me and they will get something to take away.
Thanks.
I'm presenting, just give me a time.
Yes, sir, you can.
Is it visible now? Gaurav sir?
Sir, not yet.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yes, it is visible, sir. Perfect, sir.
Okay. Let me start with. So this is all about the discussion that AI driven transformation, but today's discussion more into how this transformation is related to startup. So I am I'm bringing one case first. This is one startup. This is fictitious company I have taken, and I'll be starting with that particular company, what is doing now, and then I would be going that how they are serving, and next how the AI would be transforming into their system or their particular service, how AI is coming into the picture. So the three steps I will be going forward, and then I will be talking about that what are the complications over there, and how that companies are needed to be aware of that AI transformation that is possible, or adoption that possible. So 2-3 folds are there. First, let me read out or let me hint about the exact case. So the company name here, Fresh Fleet. So the Fresh Fleet one company is basically it's a agriculture sector that company is, or in the food sector, we can say food tech startup, and that company is just using the tech-driven facilities to connect between the farmers and the market. So the farmers can connect to the market, who are the buyers, and they can deliver fresh organic product. The mission of this particular startup, it was started just to bridge the gap between farmer and consumer. So this is the startup all about. Now, what the company is doing, it is bringing the tech. So it is a tech-driven company. Now, first thing, tech doesn't mean that it is AI-driven. So tech is something we can consider just for the understanding. Tech is something use of app, use of platform, use of software as service kind of things. Now here, the next slide will show you that how the company is serving that or bridging the gap between the consumer and farmer. So they are creating one supply chain with multiple intermediaries. They are making that platform, and that platform will help them to make it like smart kind of logistics system they are bringing. That is the technology. They are using the digital platform, and they are using the data analytics. So all these things are already there with the company. So they're using it. They are using these for the same purpose. The purpose is to bridge the gap between the consumer and the farmer. Now here they have created one app. So that is the tech service here. They have created the user-friendly app, and that app helps to purchase from the farmer, and farmer can get the real-time insight, or what is the inventory they can look into. So all these things, they are making it through app. And again, this app we can call that platform. And this platform is just like a smart logistical system they are creating through this app, and they can create optimized routing, minimize food waste. So these things are already with the app. Now, what is a positive side? So first thing is that they are making they are bridging the gap. They are bringing the trust. They are making the connections between that consumer and farmer. They are helping the farmers to get fair price. Fair price, that is important, the fair price. So that app is helping also the farmers to get the real-time access of the market. So all this is about this Fresh Fleet One startup. Now today's discussion, again I am repeating it, that today's discussion is how the AI, that particular service or AI technology, how that will transform this, what is already there. So what about we have discussed at this moment, this is all about we have, this startup has already. Now I'm trying to bring that how AI can transform it. So my next slide will go into that, how that transformation is coming through AI. Now, in this particular startup, what exactly the problem is so far? They are doing the tech, they are making the app, they are bringing the app for bridging the gaps, but somewhere the inefficiency is there. Lack of visibility there. When the lack of visibility, we can think of that marketing part, that somehow it is not being well marketed. Inefficiency, like the logistics part, that it is not properly efficient. Probably that at before AI implementation, transformation, the company felt that logistics service that is there, they are making, they are smart, but they are not efficiency. So here optimization point is coming, that is inefficiency to efficiency. And again, AI also bringing the supply chain, the shortcomings, like real-time insight, that is already there, real-time insight, but the predictive capability is not there. So here they are bringing the predictive capability, like tomorrow, what would be the expected demand of the consumer? Probably it is also expected that tomorrow how the production of the farmer would be there in the for the service. So that is also not known for the company, for the face fleet. So both the sides should be known. So that kind of predictive services capabilities, if it is not there, so the AI can bring into the system. Again, AI-driven transformation has the potential to redefine the industry dynamics. Like this, when this fresh fleet would be bringing the AI into their system, overall, the routing optimization, decision making, supply chain efficiency. So all these things would be impacted, and probably it would be redefining. Something improvement would be expected. So I cannot say here, my emphasis is it will improve. So that point is questionable. I am expecting that by this transformation, all these things would be potentially redefined. The fresh fleet has already there, but they are bringing here for the transformation empowered by AI algorithm. So here AI is something, just I am not talking the technology part of the AI in my discussion. This is beyond the scope. But what I am bringing here, that how that AI, particularly from the leadership strategic point of view, how it would be helpful for the transformation from the management point of view. So here, this tech side is one important part, that particular app that they are using at this moment, it would be enhanced through AI algorithm, and that algorithm is enough for transformation. So the technology part is not important, or it's not very tough. So the tough part is that why the transformation will bring into the management impact. Probably that is the best part of the discussion that we will be following for next few slides. Again, that based on this particular predictive, whatever the transformation through AI, that ultimate goal the fresh fleet is bringing here, the elevated transparency, minimized environment impact, and streamlined operations. So this is win-win situation for all the stakeholders. Like here, the farmers would be benefited, the consumers will be benefited, and the fresh fleet, that company, the startup itself, they will be benefited. They will be benefited through that use of this, like AI, by making the efficiency, by bringing the efficiency, better visibility, and better connectivity, even by predictive insights. So far, I'll be taking 1 minute time, 1 minute gap for question answer or something if you want to ask about that case. So if we need to understand better about the case, raise your hand, ask me. So I have at this moment discussed about the Fresh Fleet One startup. It is started, It is a tech-driven startup. They are already doing good in the market, but they are feeling that somehow the visibility is not good. Inefficiency is there. So they are bringing the AI into the system. Here system is one platform. Here platform is that particular app. So in that particular app, they are bringing one special AI algorithm. So that algorithm will help them to transform. Now, so at this moment, they have the plan to bring that AI algorithm. So by this algorithm, the transformation would be there. Now, before that, going into that next part of the next fold of the discussion, do you have anything to ask? So any doubt about this case or anything, any clarity do you need for this case to think of? This is a fictitious case. The company name is Fleet. The company is already well performing into the system. They are tech company. They are in the logistics. They are good in doing their business, but they are thinking to bring AI algorithm into their app. What is the reason of that? To transform. So here our discussion starts at this moment. Like how the AI could improve the overall efficiency of the company or better optimized. Okay, so if no question at this moment, let me go forward for the next part. Now, I talked about that the technology is only AI algorithm will be there. So I'm not going into that part. But exactly, where is the problem with the transformation? So our topic is like AI transformation or artificial intelligence for the transformation of the startup. So here, where is that problem coming into the system? First, we need to understand that what is the benefit here. First, for Fresh Fleet, what is the benefit they will be bringing through this AI? So here the top 5 benefits are there. They are looking into. So for the assessment of benefit and cost benefit analysis, the first point will be coming here that how the product feature, function and performance will be enhanced. Just in the case it was written over there that particularly the inefficiency is there. So that inefficiency probably mitigated through the first benefit that I have written here. The second one is optimization. The next optimization is just how it will help to optimize that particular app or logistics they are using at this moment. Next, they can increase the profit or they can hit that revenue ROI through that free up or engaging the better workers or enhancing the productivity. Next, the decision point. Obviously, that AI is giving the better decision in point of for farmers, all the stakeholders. For the farmers, those are producers.
Yeah, muted, sir. You can proceed. Muted, sir.
Okay, so that particular decision making here, who are the stakeholders here? The farmer, the user, or maybe the intermediaries. All those are that decision they need to make the decision. So again, that is one benefit from here. And last of all, that marketing and sales that will be optimized. So that optimization is just one maximum impact over the benefit through AI. Now, these are the benefits. So again, what I'm doing at this moment for that particular case, Fresh Fleet, what are the benefits they will get from the AI That probably they are looking into. Now, exactly what are the challenges? So it's just like the question is here, just AI algorithm into that particular app would be enough? Just bringing that app into that algorithm into app, is it just that enough for this business, for fresh fleet? Is it enough? Probably that is my take here, that it's not enough. From the management point of view, we have to think of that what is the benefit, what is the challenge. The benefit I have discussed. Now here the challenge. What are the important challenge here? The technology debt, integration. Integration, probably last day we have discussed that IRL, MRL, or the technical readiness. So probably this integration readiness is important here to assess with the 10 scales. That the scale, the 10 points there were there in that particular IRL. So probably this is important here to look into, that how the AI will impact into the IRL process. The next one is the technical debt. Here, technical debt is something very important. Like for the any AI, when you are bringing the AI algorithm into the system or into the platform or into the app here, that case there is a huge investment. It's not about that the technology part only, but you have to invest a lot for that human resource. That entire ecosystem would be changed. Now, next part would be the adoption. That is probably the important part here. So when you all know the benefit, you know the challenge, the next part would be the leadership, that how the leaders are accepting it. Are you really ready to adopt that? Because that will change that will impact all the stakeholders. That will impact over all the parties, external, internal. Now, this adoption part is probably the next part I will be talking about. This is very important. And the last one that here it is written, the quick evolving. Again, this is another problem with the challenge of that under challenges of AI. The important part is the AI is regularly evolving. The one example, let's say, Phrase Fleet has decided to do this in 1922. By 1923, that another new technology is into the market. Let's say ChatGPT or GPT kind of, or generative AI is already there in the market. So they cannot sit down. They cannot sit back. They have to again think of that how we can adopt that generative AI into our app. So that is another challenge, that regularly you have to evolve with the market, with the technology. Any questions so far for this benefit and challenge? Okay. So I'm moving forward that adoption part. Now this is probably the maximum part of this discussion that I would be doing. So far what we have discussed, that one case, that food tech company is Phrase Fleet. They are already into the market. They have the technology to help farmers and consumers, but they are thinking that to bring the AI into their app. Now, when they are looking into the app, probably a single technology like AI algorithm will help them to improve. But that technology, apart from that, what we need to think about the challenges, the benefits. And when we have looked into the challenge part, then we have found that AI adoption by managers, that leadership, probably that's most important here. And now I'm talking about how that adoption is coming into the picture. Now I am looking into that adoption part, 3 types of AI impact over there. Number 1, automation. Number 2, process automation. And number 3, cognitive insight. For the case that we have taken Phrase Fleet, we have now we have the plan, or the company has the plan, the startup has the plan to implement all the 3 things. Now just keep apart that particular case. Now look into the top 100 companies all over the world, that Forbes 100, we can call it, for them how AI has been adopted so far. If we look into that probably automation is taking 50% adoption. process automation taking 35% adoption, and cognitive insight taking 50%, 15% adoption, lowest adoption. So maximum adoption is through automation. What is automation here? Automates takes that would otherwise be done by human. So they are replacing the human. They are replacing the human. They are making it automated. The companies like Amazon, Microsoft, IBM, Salesforce, SAP, Google, the big companies. Exactly, I'm talking about top 100 companies. So they are already adopting this adoption, automation part. So this is 50%, very high. Next, cognitive insight, like using the data, algorithm, extract insight, like prediction. And last one, that cognitive, that is kind of personalized and engaging customers' experience. So this is very low. Now, this is probably the good takeaway for us, that when the startup or any startup is adopting AI, how that AI would be applicable to you. Let's say when you are startup, you are looking into to implement AI for cognitive insight. Like you are bringing more personalized and engaging things. The example may be for Fresh Fleet, our case. Maybe you are making such an application. That application will show that what food would be fresh, what kind of new food, seasonal food will be coming within next week. Inside you are showing, and you want to engage them that do you want to purchase pre-book, you want to put it into the wish list. Probably that kind of engagement when you are trying into your system, then that time you have to be very cautious that this, you have to be very cautious, but because this cognitive insight, when you are trying to bring, the adoption rate is very low. In comparison, when you are talking about that your AI would be just for automation, you are automating the logistics, you are automating that different key stakeholders to be automated, then that time probably you are good. That adoption is very high. So that risk factor here can be looked into, the adoption part. Now I'm talking about that, what is cognitive insight here? For our case, I will be coming just after a few minutes. But before that, what are the use cases we can find for cognitive insight? That cognitive insight, especially I have taken because most of the cases, the startups are now looking into the cognitive insight implementation, and that rate is very low, 15% only. And when that 50% implementation is there, and that time you can look into that cognitive insight, the predictive customer analytics, fraud detection, product quality assurance, supply chain optimization, risk management. These things are the main use cases. Probably some of the companies, they are already using this. Now I'm coming into the particular our use case, Fresh Fleet. We already know that the company is trying to bring the supply chain optimization and predictive customer analytics. These two things will be very much applicable to Fresh Fleet, our use case. So these two implementations will be very much related to cognitive insight. Very much related to cognitive insight. So at this moment, my question probably, I will take 1 minute time. I'll ask the question to you. Do you think the Fresh Fleet, our use case, that startup that going to implement AI, what kind of risk or what kind of adoption you can think of? Will it be high? Will it be medium? Or will it be low?
It will be low, sir.
Right. Yes. This would be low because the company is trying to bring that, low, medium, right? So here, medium, you can say that probably if the Fresh Fleet company, okay, I'm going into the two sides of that. If the company is looking into, from the decision point of view, if the company is bringing the AI algorithm into that app, if the app is only to the cognitive insight, nothing else they are trying at this moment, only that predictive part and supply chain optimization. If the two things they are trying to make into their app, then in that case it will be very low. But at the same time, if they are trying to make it little bit automation at the same time, so they are mix of predictive analytics, mix of supply chain optimization, and mix of automation. The three things if they bring, then that mix probably give them medium. But absolutely the use case that we are trying at this moment, it would not be high adoption because their sole concern is not for automation. They are concerned over 2-3 things, like including supply chain optimization. So my take here, or probably I can go with my decision that it would be a little bit in between low and medium. Any questions so far? Should I wait for any question to answer? You can stop me anytime. You can raise your hand. Okay, I'm next moving that readiness. Absolutely, we know the technology readiness, we know that particular integration readiness, manufacturing readiness. Now here in the AI, that readiness is also important. How far you are ready with your process. We have discussed about that challenge. We have discussed about the benefit of the AI. Probably you have to measure that same process, that how much benefit you are bringing, what are the challenges there. Probably that is the all takeaway for this readiness here. In the readiness, probably you have to look into the 4 parts: the technology part, activity part, boundary part, goal. The goal of the business for our case, Fresh Fleet, the goal is just like it is the bridging the gap between that market, the producer here, farmer, and that users. Those are buyers here. So the goal is very clear. So is it impact over the goal? The goal would be anyway impacted over the AI implementation. The technology, it's a very clear in this case that the company will be bringing only AI algorithm. So the technology is not difficult. I told it earlier. What is the important here? The activities and boundaries. So I am little bit going forward with the 2 important points, that activities and boundaries. What are the activities here? I'm taking few examples that would be helpful for us to understand about this. For the marketing company, AI is just making the personalization. That is the activity. For sales, it is identify the lead, closing deals. For finance, it is a risk management, fraud detection. For operation, it is the automating logistics. And overall, another example we can consider that the data is being used to AI model and algorithm that been used for make decision. That overall the data you need to look into, you have to feed the data, you have to make the model. This is also activity. You have to think of that how the customer's data, how you are identify the issues, and how you are generating the response to customer's question. So probably that is another activity. So all these things, activities like what role you are trying to play with this AI. For our use case, like you are bringing more insight, you are trying to make the predictive insights for the farmers, predictive insights for the consumers, that tomorrow which kind of fresh fruits would be there available, the predictive one. Farmers, what would be the expected production for that? That would be directly impacting over the price. The farmers would think of that whether the production is high or low. If it is high, then they may quote their price such a way. So that is impacting. So that is the activities there. Boundaries. Boundaries again a very tough one. In a difficulty that we find here, probably the difficulties lays for the startups. Startups usually the boundaries is very low because that hierarchy, the organization structure, probably that's very flat. So here the boundary of the departments is very thin. Probably here the boundaries I am looking into, that if it is very old company, very big company, if they has the legacy, then that probably that negative, the boundary would be very hard boundary they created. For them, the readiness is low. For startup, usually, for our case, fresh fleet, probably that boundary is very thin. They can easily change the boundary based on that application of the or implementation of the AI. So that case, I am considering the boundary factor is very positive for any startup. When I'm talking about already started, what is the advantage here for the startup? Startup itself very lean and quick. That is the best part of the startup. So if we compare with the big company and the small company, the startup, this is the best example that they can move quickly. They can take swift decision. They can take the challenges very well. They can understand what is the risk within them. They can flow their communication across the departments is very high. So that is again positive. So that positive gives the startup the advantage to implement AI. So for this fresh fleet, when they are already in the tech business and when they are thinking to implement AI into their app, probably they have already the advantage because they have already the market known to them. Their technology is already known to them. Only thing that they need to change from the management and leadership point of view. Probably the adoption is important for them. And that is also positive for any startup. Yeah, so here I am just comparing how the big companies and small companies or startups are compared. So this again, I told that most of the cases, the complexity of the big companies is very high, and for startup, it's very low. Again, the decision making for the big companies, they have the big team. They have probably qualified, experienced team. Obviously, they have the advantage over there. But when I'm talking about that decision point of view, that case, the startup is little bit more in advanced stage because they have very thin boundary. They have the departments that is not absolutely very hurdle for them. They are not siloed. Again, the risk part. The risk again is very low for the startup. The reason is that they know what to do, what is their goal. They know that how to change, and they can assess. They know how to be tolerant to risk, how to mitigate it. Probably big companies are very smarter than startups. They are big, they have the workforce, but they have again the problem with that particular legacy. So here again, startups are getting advantage. Now this is best part or the toughest part, why the startup is more in advanced stage or advantage they are getting. For fresh fleet, my take is here, they have the advantage to change their technology, their platform, their app. They have the advantage to improve their app through implementation of the AI algorithm. The reason is that the culture shift. They can easily attract talent. They can easily change the culture because again, the legacy is less to the startup. For big companies, what we have seen in the earlier slides, that for automation, the adoption is very high. For cognitive insight generation, the adoption is only 15%, 1.5. That is very low for big companies. For top 500 Forbes companies, they have that disadvantage. That is already proved. So the startups, if I go with that ratio, 50, 35, and 15, then startups probably that advantage is there. They can easily implement the cognitive insights more than 15%. And that is their advantage over the big companies. Now, this is my all about that AI transformation for the startups. Any question? We have around 10 minutes time to discuss.
Yes. Thank you so much, sir. Dear participant, please unmute yourself. And because many participants are belongs from the computer science domain, so you can ask the theory related to AI, the application of AI in the business, how you can utilize the AI for the more productivity and for the gaining in the business. So please unmute yourself and make this session interactive.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir,
Hi.
my question is related to AI. How we can use AI for better human resource management?
Yeah. So AI, is it that question, or do you have anything more to add?
Yes, sir.
Do you have anything to add? Do you have anything to add, or that's all that question? Do you have anything
Yes, sir.
to add?
That's all.
Yeah. Okay. So now to answer your question, probably I would be stepping back a little bit more. In India, especially, I am not talking about the entire ecosystem. I am talking about in India, probably the first thing that is most adopted sector is the health sector. Second, the logistics. Third one, fintech. So these sectors are catching this very well. For human resource, absolutely, the possibility of AI to be implemented is very high. But the negative side that is not catching up well into that HRM, human resource process, the reason is that when you are dealing with the people, your employees, then you have very sensitive data. You have the very psychological data of the employees. So when you are using that AI over there, probably that is not suitable to handle the human resource. My take here as human resource manager, the way you are talking, the human touch you are bringing over the employees, over the human resource, probably that is not cannot be replaced by AI. So AI could be there, is already there. That is the recruitment process. The speed, or finding the good number of CVs, resumes, or maybe selecting the best candidates, or maybe some of the cases that selecting the candidates at the first stage, probably those things are catching up by AI.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Sir, I have only one request, sir. Actually, with your experience, what is the right time to implement AI in the startup, as compared to the product life cycle, whether in the initial stage or mature stage or growth stage or mature stage? Because you told that the adaptation towards AI is very limited in the case of startup. What is the right time to adapt, that is to implement AI in the case of startups, sir, please?
Okay. Yeah. So I'm not asking about the details of the startup that you are thinking at this moment, but overall, the question is for any startup, or is it, do you have any specific, you want to add that kind of field that you are thinking at this moment?
Any startup, for example, any manufacturing startup or something like that.
Okay, for manufacturing startup, I'm first answering the manufacturing startup that is very catching up well, and I have better insight. Probably that will help you, or even in future you can ask me, because I am already in that particular business. Now, for manufacturing thing, probably the right time is that when you are looking into that, your breakdown for the manufacturing sector is quite repetitive. When you have that IoT implemented, when you have the data, my point is that, let's say that engine, the machine you are regularly using, that is breaking down once, that you have the data, that how the temperature or the energy that is generating by that machine, how it is fluctuating. If you have the data, probably that you are in the right time to implement AI. For other cases, for other startups, what I look into, last time we discussed about the technology readiness. So if you find that your revenue is coming, you have already the revenue stream with your business model, then your step is first, go for it. Second, if you think that your technology readiness with that platform app is more than 3, around 3, 4, then you are also good to implement AI. Why I'm talking about 3 and 4, not at the stage of 1 and 2? The reason is that whenever you are going to implement AI at the stage of 1 and 2, you will find a very big difficulty over the data, because you don't have the data and experience over there. So that probably I suggest you to go when you are above 3.
Yeah. Because
Did
I
I
could
answer
see that, yeah, thank you, sir. I could see that artificial intelligence has been implemented in the case of, even the case of merchant navy. Because I could see many of the ships now it has been automated, and it is very convenient for them also. They can operate this artificial intelligence. They can operate the ships from the shore itself. So I think we are very near. It's not very far that we will be having ships with unmanned ships will be there. So that will be great. That will have a great help when your artificial intelligence is being implemented, sir. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you. Thank you.
You are right. You are right. In fact, that the fleet management and routing that already been implemented over the SAP system. So SAP is already using that one. So which harbor they would be going to the next day, or which harbor to skip for the hazard or any kind of economic hazard, political hazard, so they can avoid that harbor. So probably that routing system is coming. You are absolutely right, sir.
That prevents the accidents also, sir. That prevents the accident.
Absolutely, you're right.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Someone
Any
has
other
raised
query? Yes. Sir, I have received one query from Vishal Ahuja, sir. He want to ask, AI is no doubt an efficient tool for all the field, but its excessive inclusion will destroy the intellect of humans, lead to unemployment, especially in the care of research. In the case of research, is it right or not? So please give your comment on this.
Okay, so Dr. Vishal Ahuja, I'm taking your question. It's absolutely the right question. So I am taking this question in 2 folds. First fold, the research part. Obviously, my experience when you are talking about the research, the AI so far, it is not giving any impact over the researchers, because the ChatGPT or that so far generative AI, that development, it is giving the below 70% of the work that is repetitive, or that is not about that intellectual work. When you are doing the research work, that is top 20-30% of that work, of that particular system, the process. So that case, the research cannot be replaced. And if I take about that employment and unemployment, that part you are talking about, yes, it is impacting over huge impact in the market. Last day also almost similar question was asked. So I am going with that same answer, that probably next 2 years, we will be looking into the unbalanced ratio. Probably layoff would be high, the employment or recruitment would be a little bit low. Somewhere I have read that it can be 1/3. So the layoff would be 3 times over the recruitment. But that is for next 2 years. But after 2 years, you will find that slowly the market is adapting well. And that case, you will find that employability is improving. Only one thing that we need to note here, we have to upskill ourselves. We need to understand. Again, this understanding, upskilling is not that you need to know the programming, how the AI is being developed. My take is here, just like today's case, what I have delivered so far, that it is not about the technology, it's about the leadership, the strategy, the management, how you can help to adopt the AI into your process. Probably that if you can upskill yourself, then probably you would be valuable asset within next 3 to 4 years. Thank you. one question again, it is about that measurement of AI based in HRM. Okay. Yeah, so I am coming to that waste part. Before that, I'm taking that question HRM. So yes, that HRM measurement is KPI. You are talking about the KPI probably, if I understood. If I am thinking wrong, then just you can unmute your speaker. You can talk to me if I am wrong here understanding. The KPI for HR is just like, it's very hard. Exactly, someone also asked the same question about the HR process. So they are intellectual, very much intellectual thing you are, psychological thing you are handling. So the KPI probably what is the productivity, how the productivity is increasing, how that that clumsy, or that we can say that happiness index. You can create happiness index. Probably that AI would be bringing happiness into our HR, into our process. That is probably the target of generative AI, because they can handle the repetitive work, and intellectual work probably can be left for human. So that case, humans should be more happier with the use of AI. So probably that good index of happiness probably you can think of. That is the question was asked. Little bit 4 minutes back, 2 minutes back. Sorry. Now I'm taking another question. Subhalaxmi Pradhan asked it. Yeah, waste part. Yeah, human, that particular biological waste and that particular non-biological or e-waste is absolutely, it's catching up already in the market. The AI is doing that e-waste very well. They are classifying it. They are using the camera for that to find the e-waste, and probably they are separating it from the workable or non-workable. They can classify now. Okay, yeah. Any question?
Yeah, may I?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So thanks for that informative talk. Actually, I just want to know that because most of the tech companies are using different sorts of, or the different applications of this AI in different ways. So how is there any resource that we can follow to study about that the different companies are using AI in different ways? So how we can study about that?
Okay, so you are talking about the use case, how AI is being used in different companies that uses, just like one I have presented today. Is it like that kind of thing you are thinking, you are talking about?
Yeah. So that we can get in pre-informed about that, how we can use that AI in our system. Or
Okay. I have one good source that you can use also. You always go for those reports, KPMG, PwC, Ernst Young, even Gartner. Those reports are very much smart to give you the exact use cases. Even in industry, for me, it is a very informative findings I get from those sources. So probably that is very authentic. You will find very good resources. Another resource, I think the two important resource, it's not free, but it is available. If you try, you can get one, that Harvard review, that particular, they usually talk about that AI use cases, sometimes with a human resource kind of thing. They are very much good in that, how the AI is implemented there. Another one, MIT review. That's also very technical way they write. Just like you are thinking that how AI technically been applied into different companies, probably MIT review is good for you.
okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I'll reach out to you for that.
Yeah, you can. Sure. Nice question. Any question left? I'm missing.
Okay. Any other query? I think there is no query now. Yes, sir.
It was really interactive. You can connect me anytime. You just connect to Gaurav sir, and you can connect anytime for any AI kind of understanding, any advisory. You just connect me. I love to work for the research work or these things. If it's going on with you in anything in a different field, for medical field, any biomedical field or different field that you are finding that AI is getting the scope there, then you just connect to Gaurav sir and we will be connected with you.
Sir, kindly accept the e-memento as a gratitude from the Galgotia University for giving such an enlightful session, the informative session and interactive session. So, sir, we are very humble and we are grateful to have you as a keynote speaker, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
It's my pleasure talking to you all. If it has helped you, then it's very much more than pleasure to me. Good day.
Thank
Bye.
you, sir. Thank you, sir. So, dear participant, dear sir and ma'am, we have another question answer session for the evaluation round in this FDP. That will be the surprise test like that. So be interactive. That will be conducted for only 10 minutes. So permit me to ask something. Okay, can anybody comment on the design thinking process? Can anyone comment on the design thinking process?
So the first one is the idea generation, sir. Idea generation.
Okay, so in the design thinking process has been conducted by the Neelam ma'am, as well as some other speaker also they have incorporated. So there is 5 steps in the design thinking, but it can be iterated. So is
sir, can I
anyone?
please speak? Sir, can I please speak? Hello. Hello.
Yes, please.
Am
I audible?
Sir, actually design thinking. Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Sir, actually design thinking involves certain key elements which are people-centric, including lot of empathy. It's highly creative and which addresses the wicked problems, that is the perennial problems that generally don't get solved normally. And it involves the 5 steps like empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test.
Yes.
Hello. Am I
Yes.
audible, sir?
Your name is Soham.
Shruti.
Soham, ma'am.
Actually, it is through my son's MS Teams that I have joined. So my name is Dr. Shruti Bagchi Ghosh.
Okay. Your name is Shruti.
Yes, Dr. Shruti Bagchi Ghosh.
Okay. Okay. Next, any other? So
Sir,
ma'am has
design-
answered perfectly. So we are moving for the next question, because ma'am has covered the process of design thinking, that is empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. This is the process for the design thinking. But it is an iterative process. It is non-sequential process, I think. So these are the component of the design thinking. And next one is the characteristic of entrepreneur. एंटरप्रेन्योर का कैरेक्टरिस्टिक क्या है?
innovative,
Risk bearing. Innovative,
Passion.
risk bearing.
Yes, please. One by one. Yes, sir.
innovative, passionate, risk taker.
Who is talking?
Sir, I am talking.
I
Yeah.
do not.
Vechan Singh. Yes, sir. Vechan Singh.
Okay.
Okay. Sir, innovative,
Yes.
risk taker, and risk calculator.
Any
Yes,
other?
sir.
Any other?
The leadership and communication.
Because there are several characteristics.
The leadership quality also.
Leadership, good.
Communication skills should be there.
Confidence,
Innovation,
Confidence also
passion,
mentioned.
motivation.
One by one,
Giving
it will be better.
So
Let Deepika
consistency
ma'am
and confidence.
let complete to the Deepika ma'am, please complete it.
So it's innovation, passion, motivation, confidence building, and so like confidence. So that's it.
So it's curiosity and structure experimentation also.
The networking knowledge, vision, and optimism. These three are important. I mean, there are so many characters, but I wanted to note it. I mean, put a light on it. So networking is very important. Optimism, vision about the business or whatever that he has started. I'm Bharti here.
Bharti ma'am. Okay. Any other?
So
I think
Vedanta,
all
it's,
has covered, but
adaptability and
few.
decisiveness also. Adaptability and decisiveness also.
Yes, okay. Optimism and vision. Okay. Ability to network.
Yes. Risk
Money
tolerance.
management. Decision making.
Risk tolerance.
Risk taking. Yes. Risk taking. Good.
Team building.
Problem solving.
Yes.
Agile.
Passionate. And please, anyone comment on the some barriers of innovation?
Okay.
You cannot be an innovator if you have some characteristic. There are some barrier that
if
can.
you are not if you are not comfortable with the failure. If you are not comfortable with the failure, then you can't be a successful entrepreneur.
Okay.
Limited resources.
Lack of strategy.
Limited
Lack
resources.
of budget.
After
Limited resources,
ma'am,
sir, and
who is talking?
Bharti, sir.
Okay, okay.
Sir, limited resources, fear for the failures, or maybe they don't want to have come out of the comfort zone to identify the new things.
So resilience,
what
power.
Okay. And what are the 4 type of innovation? Anyone?
The financial problems, management, like managing financial problems.
No, innovation. The types of innovation.
Okay.
It can be social innovation,
Strategic
disruptive innovation,
strategic planning,
right?
product innovation,
Sustainable
process innovation.
Critical thinking.
No, critical thinking.
It is
The
sustainable
characteristics
innovation.
and the way. Okay.
Hi,
So
sir.
anyone can comment on radical innovation? Radical innovation.
It is something that is making transformations in the breakthrough transformations. Hello.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Is
Deep-
it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Deepka, ma'am.
Hello. Carol.
It is continuously creating new ideas according to the new trends, according to the new emerging needs. There is innovation according to the new emerging needs. We call it as radical innovation.
There are 4 types: are incremental innovation, disruptive innovation, radical innovations, and one more thing. I could not remember that 4th word. But there are 4.
Sir, can I speak?
Yes.
Sir,
Please.
can I speak?
Yes, please.
So radical innovation is that innovation which destroys the existing model and brings forth something absolutely new.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes. I get it. So can anyone comment on the difference between a small or business and a startup?
Sir, I can discuss, sir.
Yes. Okay. Okay, sir. Please.
A startup is a business with innovation. It is different from the existing business, because any new business is not a startup normally. So when there is an innovation and with the creativity, and that leads that when the product is marketable with the help of this innovation, then it is a startup.
So I would like to say startup.
Yes,
I would like to
please.
mention startup is a new innovation would be there. But these companies would like to explore the larger markets in the future, where they wanted to go to the multinational level, which we can call it as startup. But small businesses might not think to go into the bigger level. It can be innovative also, smaller business, but they may not go to the bigger level, or they may not have an idea to get into the market into a larger level.
Okay. Anyone? Any other want to comment?
Yes, sir. Startup means advanced research on a small business that can be further with a new innovative idea. It can be implemented and go into the market. And small business means like any kind of with limited resources, we can start a new small business.
Okay, if for example, one there is one perchune shop, and he want to deliver, he want to start the delivering to the home. It may be can be considered as a startup or not?
No, sir. No, it cannot be considered startup.
Small business.
What?
No, sir.
It is when it is innovative method of distribution, then it is a startup. If it is not innovative, because already existing business is not a startup.
It is not a startup.
Okay.
It should be innovative.
Okay. So please,
Sir, I can explain. Sir. For example, if a person is running a hotel, it is a already existing business. But if the person is making an app to get the foods online or something like that, it is a startup. Something innovative. That is
yes.
something like meals on wheels or something like that. Because meals on wheels and getting easily, but something new methodology or innovative methods that he is following for a hotel means it is a startup.
Okay. So there somewhere is I have got one article that mentioned that there are 6 type of a startup. Can anyone discuss it? Any 2 or 3 example they can you can give?
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes. Yes, please.
Hello. Hello.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes.
Hello.
Yes, yes, please.
Hello. It's a small business startup and lifestyle also. And social startups, which includes in 6 types of startups.
So there is a startup which is called as Loric, sir. I mean, which is in Hyderabad. So these people, they work on lauric acid, which is derived from the coconut, and they make supplements out of it. So only this is like we can call it as a wellness startup. With an example, I would like to quote, sir.
No, actually there are 6 type of startup. You can
Yeah,
say lifestyle startup,
lifestyle,
small
scalable,
business startup,
small business,
scalable
Life-
startup, viable startup, large company startup, and social startup.
Social startup.
Yes. So viable startup is the startup who born to buy any other startup.
Yes.
Yeah, it's taking over some other
Yes.
companies. Right?
So okay. And the last question. Anyone can please discuss the type of company registration available in India?
Sir, one is sole proprietorship, sir. First one is sole proprietorship. When there is a one person, when we have 2 people, it is called as a partnership firm. And when it is getting registered, it is a company. When it is registered by a private party, it is a private company or limited liability company. And when the shares are given to the public, it is called as a public limited company. And when the shares are given by the common people, it is a cooperative societies. When it is actually when the shares are more with more of what's called private parties regardless of corporations.
Perfect, sir. Perfect. So there is a Section 8 company also. Yes.
Yes, Section 8 companies.
So for example, if one student or any faculty member who want to start their business, so what will be the less what type of company they should register if they would not bother for the some legal aspect and other documentation type of things? So if they want to avoid some documentation and legal steps for the company registration, then which type of startup will be more suitable for them?
One person companies are
Incubation.
it's just one person company.
Incubation. If they get
Okay.
incubated in.
That can be that your opinion can be varied from other. So, but you have to give some justification for that.
Sir, it is a proprietorship. So single proprietorship.
Okay.
In the proprietorship, there is no bound with the law, sir, because normally it is not bounded by law. and the risk come only to the person who is owning the business, because the liability is also high. The liability is high, and no need to register the company in the case of sole proprietorship.
Okay.
Many of the
So
small.
if we want to attract the investor, which company will be more suitable? If we want to take the grant from the venture capitalist as well as from the government, so which company we should register?
The companies which are
Private
implemented
limited, sir.
in
Private
research.
company.
Private limited.
Public
Private
company.
limited.
Public company
Good.
corporation. Public company
Public
corporation.
limited company. It should be
Sir,
public
in
limited.
general, we can
Public
say
limited
liability
company.
Companies are the ones which have taken out their IPOs. So those public limited ones. So it is
And
a
what
private
is
That's how
limited
they
once
take
you
the
get
money
the
from
venture
public.
capital.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Good, good.
Public
And
limited company.
what is the difference
Perfect
between
answer.
LLP and private limited? And which is the better for for the TRL level below 9?
LLP is a hybrid, sir, between a company and the partnership.
Okay. If our prototype is
So
not ready and it can take up to 2 years for the to reach into the market, so which type of company we should register?
Shall you repeat the question?
For example, I have invented any diagnostic kit, and but that diagnostic kit is in the development stage. We have obtained the patent also, but our product is not ready for the sale into the market, into the market. So which type of company we should register? And I hope that our product will take up to 2 years for the readiness into for the market. So it will reach into the market after 2 years. So which type of company we should register? And I do not do I do not have money. Yes.
venture capital, sir.
No. Venture capital is not a type of company.
You should
LLP,
go with
sir.
LLP, sir. LLP.
LLP, sir.
Okay. All are
My
agree?
answer is LLP. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. My answer.
It is confirmed that LLP should be there for diagnostic kit what you have.
It should be LLP, but you can take a venture capital, because since he has it does.
They asked only about private or LLP. LLP is perfect answer for the said question.
So please comment on the unicorn. How many unicorn we have in India?
4.
4.
Yes, sir. 4.
Only 4. First of all, who will
100.
answer for the unicorn? What is the unicorn?
It's valued over $1 billion, more than $1 billion. We can call it as a unicorn company.
So how many unicorn there in India?
More than 100 unicorns.
Approximated 50 plus.
Who said more than 100?
Carol Carvalho.
Okay. Okay.
I said 50.
I think 140 to 150.
Yes. And what is the spin-off company?
Sorry, sir. What is the
spin-off company?
आपको अगर जेब में पैसा हो लोन नहीं लेना चाहिए, ये सीधा मान के चलो। आप मुझे बताओ, मैं भी समझा देता हूँ आपको। आप कितने का लोन लोगी जो आप सोच के चलोगी?
Cloud company.
Do you want to answer?
It is a parent company.
Okay.
It is a parent company which issues the share on the existing business.
Okay. So one last question. Can anyone explain the TAM, SAM, and SOM?
Sorry?
TAM, SAM, and SOM. Total addressable market, serviceable obtainable market, serviceable available market. Can anyone comment on this? How we can calculate the TAM, SAM, and SOM if I want to sold one toothpaste for the halitosis people?
Not sure, sir.
TAM is how big the market is, sir. How the total market.
Okay, Bharti ma'am is addressing now.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
And
yes.
SAM is how many we can reach with the sales.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Sir, may I-
So TAM is how big is the market. SAM is how much market we can reach.
Okay. Yes. Any other? Have
TAM,
you completed, ma'am? Okay. Okay, Roshan sir.
Yes, sir. So TAM is what? Total available market, which is the total market demand for a product or the service, basically.
Total means, sir,
TAM,
for the India, or you are talking for the globally?
I will talk about the globally.
Okay.
Yes. And SAM's targeted for the products and the service which within your geographical research. Correct. And the SOM, which is serviceable market, which is the portion of the SAM, which covers the SAM that you can capture.
So, can you elaborate on SOM, sir?
Yes, sir.
Can you elaborate
So
on
basically,
SOM with an example? Differentiate the SAM and SOM, please.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible.
So SOM is like whatever the expected revenue that you get from that particular market. I think that is the one. I can add a point over here. SOM.
Yes.
Serviceable
So
obtainable market is like the expectations of the revenue that you get, that you have it out of the market. Out of the serviceable addressable market, the target that you can.
Can you give one example to explain the TAM, SAM, and SOM?
So can I give an imaginary example? So let's say,
yes.
Yeah, the total market of, so the total market of cosmetics, let me take. Okay,
yes.
So this is TAM. Okay, so but I wanted to work on anti-aging. Let's say this is my serviceable market. Let's say I want to obtain a revenue of, I want to get income of 1 crore per month out of this anti-aging. Probably that can be SOM.
Okay.
Yes.
And
so,
so,
can I add some more?
Yes, Meenakshi, sir. Please.
Okay, sir. Sir, actually, TAM is actually for, let us take an example. If the TAM is a total market for a product, as ma'am was mentioning, for a cosmetics, and SAM is actually a portion of market which is serviceable, and SOM is actually obtainable market which will grow year by year. So that means that it will not be a stagnant one. It is much lesser than the SAM, but still it can grow every year. For example, if 100 million is a turnover for the SAM, it may be 50 million for this year or 60 million next year, something like that. It will grow. So that is a service subscription that whatever that we capture every year, that will add up to the that value will be added up to the SOM.
Yeah, that's
Thank
the income. Yeah, the expected income. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank
So
you.
brainstorming session that you have done, sir, today.
Actually, I also want to learn because I am very new in this field. So
Please enjoy.
I'm just learning.
Yes, we are also enjoying. We're also like when we discuss, probably you will have a better idea. So it's a very nice brainstorming session. We also get to put some efforts for our brains.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for a small exercise that you have adopted today, sir.
Thank you, sir. So okay, so actually, our speaker has joined too early, so we cannot wait to listen him. So Mr. Subhobroto Chakroborty, sir. He is a student and learner of digital marketing for the past 27 years and founder of the Digital Fellow and the Digital Fellow Academy. He is having cross-industrial experience. He has successfully launched, managed, and advised more than 120 plus top national and international brand in IT, media, TV, FMCG, durable, agro, pharma, hospitality, service, manufacturing, fashion, and lifestyle. He has delivered numerous keynote talk at various events, including Global Digital Marketing Summit, Branding 360 Hong Kong, World Trade Center, and in the Chennai SMW 2016 Mumbai, SEEF Mumbai, and several business schools, including IIM, IMT Nagpur, IBS, Voksan. He was the jury member of Mobile Marketing Association, chair the advisory board at several reputed conferences. He has also trained over 150 CXO and general manager in the ever-evolving domain of digital marketing. So it will be not exaggerate if we all invite our digital guru for that keynote address. We all are delighted, sir. We are all are very grateful to listen to you. Subhobroto, sir, kindly
Thank you.
join the session.
Yes.
Thank
Can you
you
hear
so
me?
much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Can you hear me? Is it?
Yes,
Am I
sir. Yes,
audible?
sir. Yes, sir. You are
Yes,
audible.
sir. We can hear you. Welcome,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Thank you so much. I will make it interesting. I will not bore with presentation. Because I can see there are 219 people, and I will make sure that all of you understand what I'm going to tell you. So I will avoid showing some presentation. I was supposed to start the presentation around, I think, 12 to 1 o'clock, but I was pre-scheduled. I thought, okay, let me share my experience with you.
Yes, sir.
I
You
will,
can share, sir.
yeah, I will talk on, see, around across India, I have covered more than 70 business schools. So around 70 business schools have covered, and I see most of the people who are listening to me are professors, PhD holder, research holder. All of you are academicians, right? So I also find there's a huge. Okay, my video is not coming, is it? One second. Try this. One second.
I think Subhobroto, sir, has disconnected.
1 second.
Okay, sir. Yes.
Okay, now I think it's visible, right? Now you
Yes, sir.
can
Yes, sir.
okay, fine.
Yes, sir. Your face is visible.
Yeah, thank you. So I'll make it interesting. Uh, is that around 60, 70 business colleges I've covered in India. And I have been working across all domain in India and international. I'm also consulting to World Bank for the last 6 years. So when I work with World Bank, I work with other countries also, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and other countries, right? So okay, now so what I see here, there's a huge gap. There's a huge gap between. Am I Gaurav? Am I absolutely audible, clear, and
Yes,
sound?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I see there's a huge gap between uh, the students, or in fact, what the students who come out of the MBA or these schools, and what the industry expects. So I've been in industry. I have worked almost in 25 years. I have worked with Coca-Cola, ICICI Bank, Reliance Telecom, Century, and National Stock Exchange, Commodity Stock Exchange, and a private large, you know, automated company or marketing automation company like Netcore and other companies. So what I see is that, and these are few industries. I worked in advertising agency also. So what I see, what industry want, and what professors and education or teachers are teaching, there's a gap, and this gap is has not been filled up for many years. So what the professors or what the teachers are teaching according to the syllabus, I see there's a huge gap. Gaurav, can you mute everybody, because I think Carol, Carol, right? I guess Carol sound is still coming.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
thank
I
you so
have
much.
muted, sir. Muted,
Thank you
sir.
so much. So what I see, the students are facing the big problem. Most of the, actually, this is based on my own experience. Huh? This is, I'm not telling to any individual. These are based on my own personal experience over last 15, 20 years. What industry want and what MBA school produce is huge gap. Most of the syllabuses or advertising, marketing, branding are all theoretical, which means if you ask any student who joins the company that you have learned XYZ theory, do you know how to apply it in my company where you just joined? That person will not able to tell you. And this is okay. I must also tell you, when I use such word, you may feel that, oh, I don't agree. I'll to give you a reason. I'll give you data. Whatever I'm telling you is not based on my own personal, whimsical idea, but based on data which I have collected over a period of 15, 20 years. Recently, 2 months or 3 months back, I went to one of the top B school. I don't want to name here since, I don't want to be partial to any name. It's a very large B school, and this school has the school, I gave a power talk, and there are some 100 people, students, who came and say, okay, we would like to work with you. So let us interview. So the college people told me, okay, it is impossible to interview 100 people. Why don't you do some examination? You just cut off some 90% of the people. You only interview 10 people and pick the best one whom you want to work. I said, no, since I've come all the way from Bombay, let me interview, talk, and understand all these 100 people. So they said it will take enormous amount of time. So it took me some 17 hours throughout the day, throughout until night. Around 4 o'clock, stopped my interview, got over. So I met 100 people, students. So all these 100 students came from different parts of India. Number one. Number two, most of the students who are almost in the second year are still not, they don't understand what industry is looking for. They have done internship here and there. They have done internship. Most of the internship also. There's a problem with India when corporate hires intern. 90% of the interns time get wasted. They are not being taught. They have been given some dead project, or you just keep them busy because your corporate policy asks you to hire some intern, right? So interns majorly are not used, are not educated, and because corporate thinks that 3 months or 2 months this guy will come. What's the point of putting so much of pressure? So this is a gap. So when the student comes out, what industry want and what the student or that MBA grad is talks or think is totally different. Here the friction happens, and that is the reason I've seen people losing jobs more than getting jobs. I've seen people getting demoted or getting put to some other department because they have not been cultured. Corporates don't wait or don't train much. When I say training, I have been working for, as I said, these are large companies I've worked, right? It's not small company. I've worked Indian multinational. Most companies don't put much energy to train people, right? After seeing certain amount of excitement or certain amount of promises, then they try to train. So when it comes to training also, after the student passed out, or all the professors here right now may think that what you're saying, we are very updated. Believe me, most of the professors are not updated. When I say updated, okay, can you guys, Gaurav, can you mute everybody? It's a lot
Yes,
of
sir.
sound.
I have. Okay. Okay, sir.
So most professors, and these are my personal experience. This is nothing whimsical. I'm saying, out of some 25 years, I've been going to business school. Most of the professors, most of the teachers, most of the senior professors, I'm talking about who are about to retire right now, around 50, 60, they are not updated. They are old school people. They have no idea what modern world is happening. They are only into theory, and you just keep busy student by doing some case studies that don't help. Industry don't, and that is the reason the failure rate or the success rate of one student going up, rising up in the corporate is not quite frequent. Majorly joined as a bandwagon. So what I saw, who is responsible, right? I think the responsibility is that of the institution, because just now, 2 days back, yesterday, I think I was talking in a conference where we were talking about AI. I speak on AI. Now, forget about AI, forget about artificial intelligence, forget about digital marketing, forget about all those blockchain. People don't know how to send a map using a WhatsApp. Most people don't know. They send a live location. People don't understand the difference between live location and sending a map. If I'm driving to you and I'm asking that Gaurav, I'm giving example of Gaurav because I can, I know Gaurav, I know. So Gaurav, can you send me your location? I'm driving towards your office. So example showed of a Gaurav, who is a 50-year-old, a 60-year-old, or a 48-year-old person, a senior person, is sending me a live location, which means I will not able to reach out to him because Google Map, I will only know where Gaurav is, but I will not know how to reach Gaurav. So most people are ignorant. Most people are outdated. Most people don't read and study. And that is the reason there's a huge gap when people like all of us who are not updated. How can you make the student updated? Most of them, 90% people I see, and this is my own personal experience. Don't feel very offensive. I'm not telling any one of you. This is my own personal experience covering 70 business school, and this is not a small number. When I'm talking about 70 school, it includes lower schools to the top school like IIMs and IIT. So these are the schools I've been talking. So it's my experience or my bandwidth or my length and breadth of my experience is quite large. So from that perspective, I see most of the professors or teachers are outdated. When I say outdated, I didn't mean that they don't know their subject. That's not what I'm trying to tell you. When I say outdated, the topic or the subject they are teaching, whatever subject they're teaching, they are not well versed with the modern trend because they don't read. 9 to 5 jobs they're doing. After that, they go home and they do their personal work and family. They don't get much time, max to max. When you I know when you talk, because there's a huge difference when an industry people talk and when a theory people talk. There's a huge difference, because theory people will only talks on what he has been thinking, but when industry people talk, he will talk about the real problem. So this is a huge gap across India, I see, and this is not any specific to one or two colleges across India. Another thing I saw, another thing to be problem or a blame I see is that our own education system, because syllabus. Believe me, I'll give you one simple example. You may think that what are you saying, Shu? We have been in the industry for so many years. You are just you are giving us this GAN. We don't agree. I'll tell you one reason. When you do a Google examination, any Google examination, very digital. Do you know what is the life of an examination certificate? Any idea? The lifespan, which means imagine you and I have done some graduation, BCom or arts or MBA or whatever. So what is the shelf life of our certificate? Our certificate is only valid till we are alive, right? So which is, if you get one certificate, it stays with you till you are alive. It's a valid certificate. But if you do any digital certificate, it's only valid for 3 months, which means imagine after 3 months that is outdated. That certificate has no meaning. So that is the problem. I see most of the professors or teachers in this country are not updated. And this is so sad because there are two reasons. Sometimes the college, I'm not blaming the professors and the teachers. I see the institution or the education institute are not or training them, because you need training. Train the trainer. You need to tell them, because they are busy with their job. If you're doing a job, and okay, I must tell you one thing. I'm an entrepreneur, right? I work, right? Believe me, every day, not less than 18 hours. I not only 12 to 15 hours average of, average if I see is 15 hours average. I study. I study, and that is the reason I'm relevant. Most of my friends are outdated. They are dead. They are gone. They are out of the system. They have retired, and this is the reason most of the professors are you. If you don't update yourself, if you don't upskill yourself, and upskilling is not whether you have done a PhD. That's not I mean by that. I mean by do you know? Imagine you're teaching marketing. Do you? So another thing I see, most of the colleges keep busy by making some case study. Believe me, case study. This is something very stupid I see across colleges. Case study don't help, but real problem help. There's only one college I must tell. I'm very proud of that college. I don't go frequently. Twice a year I generally go. We Wellinger or We School is the only college across the 70 colleges I visited. They do some wonderful thing. If you want, you can replicate this thing. They actually call industry people, entrepreneurs, small entrepreneur, middle entrepreneur, and they tag two students with that company. And the job of this two student is to work with that company, change and create certain new thing. It can be in marketing, it can be in sales, it can be in operation, it can be in distribution, it can be in anything. And they do this project for over a period of 2 years. That is how you empower a student. That is how you teach a student how to use case studies and theory into real life. Making some case study and making some fancy presentation or this thing don't help, because I have seen this student coming out of the colleges miserably failed when it comes to industry. Industry is ruthless. Corporation is ruthless. They don't care about you. They will only care about you if you are a performer. They will only send you into 2 or 3 training sessions, and though on most of these training sessions are absolutely bullshit. How I say that? I worked in top companies. Huh? It's not small companies of work. Most of this training are stereotype. They are not customized. Most of this training are that it's like a tick sign. This is a training, 2 hours training. This guy will come, go take them to Lonavala or Goa, do a session and give them some GAN, have some drinks and dinner, and they come back. So by the time you are back in the college or sorry in the office, You've already forgotten what was told. So this is a big problem I see here across India, where what industry need. So we don't have capable people in India. Digital is, if I give you an example, because I moved to digital 15 years back, we don't get people in digital. I'll give you another beautiful example. I went to LinkedIn, right? I went to LinkedIn. I picked up 1,000 with the help of my team, not myself. I picked up 1,000 designated people from LinkedIn, digital manager, digital head, digital chief officers, CMO, and so on. So 5 or 6 designation. I went to LinkedIn and picked up. LinkedIn is a place where you cannot hide, which means I can go to a LinkedIn and I can scroll through, because LinkedIn is open. I can scroll through, you cannot lock your profile. I can scroll through your entire 5 years of what you have done on LinkedIn. I can check that. So we did an audit. So we did an audit of 1,000 people in India. They're all senior managers, designation are great. They're all, super, efficient people, great designation, right? So what I saw, what is the outcome of this audit? I wrote a audit book. If you come to my website, you will see the audit book is called The Rise of Fake Digital Marketer. In India, 80% are fake, 80% are bloated information. People who are in sales did some 2-3 certification. Now they call themselves digital enthusiasts. So it is what is happening. One blind man is helping another blind man to cross the road. This is what is happening in India. Now, who should be responsible? Responsibility will not happen only from the school or the teachers. Responsibility has to come from the institution, government bodies, and corporate. Which means I always ask all the institution, why don't you invite? And also another thing is that with the help of LinkedIn, you cannot figure out whether that guy can speak or not speak. Whether the guy, because most of the speaker who comes, generally the moment they get a platform, they start selling their own product. I have been working in this company. This is a great product. You should come and try. All these things happen, right? So these are all stupid things which I see. So if you call interesting senior leaders, and if these leaders, industry leaders who are regular practicing the industry work, if they come and if they interact, please understand one thing. I always do this. I never go to any college. Most of the college cannot pay my fees. My daily fees. Most of the colleges, I do it free. I do it free. I don't take money. I only say take care of my flight. I'll go and talk. But I never do. This is the major problem. If you invite a speaker, he comes, speak, and he goes away. So he's coming in the morning flight. He's doing a lecture of 2 hours or 1 hour or 45 minutes. Then you are giving him some food or whatever, lunch, refreshment, and the evening flight he goes back. This will also not work. The student needs to. So what I do, I go to a college in the night always. If tomorrow is my session, I go one day before. In the evening I go and rest. Next day morning I do my session. After that, whole day I spend time with student, trying to understand what is their career, what is it they're looking, what are the problems. Because most student cannot ask you in front of their friends, they feel shy or they feel humiliated or whatever. So whatever I'm telling you, I do that in my real life. So I actually spend time with student and try to understand and learn. When I interview, I don't know how many, I can bet my life none of you, if given an option, I was given option to take a examination and not interview 100 students. I actually interviewed, spent time with 100 students over a time of 17 hours, because it was not my role. I could have easily said, no, I don't want. I'll only meet 5 people, the top 5 people. I didn't do that. So while doing it, I actually learned out of these 100 students, there are almost 40 students who don't know why they got hired in MBA, who don't know why they came to do MBA. Many people say that my mother wants me to do MBA, my dad wants to do MBA. I don't know. I'm thinking to be a creative person. I came here. I came here for a networking. I said, how much stupid you are. You have come all the way, burning at 25 lakhs of your dad's, income to pay the fees to do something which is not meant for you. So what I see here, there's a huge disconnect, and that is the reason day by day I don't get good resources, good people, because most of the students or most of the community, they're only chasing one thing: I need to get a good number, and that great number get me a good interview. I should crack my interview, get a job, and my life is set. But what happens when you join an when a bad manager, or when a not good leader join an organization, he don't rise up. You cannot rise up to organization if you're really not good. When I say good comes from knowledge, and knowledge is a bliss. Now who is going to tell these things? Because students need to mix with the industry, leaders, and spend time, not for 45 minutes lecture, not for a 20 minutes workshop, but spend time so that the student will able to understand, ask question, and that is the reason student will get benefited. Number one. Number two, all the professors here, all the people who I see here, uh, okay. Oh, Acha, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I thought people are abusing me. I'm very ruthless when it comes to talking the truth. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you everybody for your comments you're making on my chat. What I understand is that professors, please understand. So if you're on there are two type of people. Imagine if it is a job for you, you only coming 9 to 5 job and doing your thing and going away. That's all okay. There's nothing wrong in it. But if you really want to be a true teacher, it says that there's a beautiful line I learned: when the student is ready, teacher arrives. Right? We all know that. I think someone said this quote: when the student is ready, the teacher arrives. The dichotomy or the funny part of life: the student is ready, but there is no teacher. Okay. Well, what is the meaning of teacher? The teacher's meaning is, by the way, my dad was a teacher for all his life. He was in colleges. I've seen him all his life, right? So maybe that is the reason I love sharing and teaching, apart from my own corporate world where I do my business consulting as a thing. Teacher's job is immensely responsible. I have not seen much teacher who are responsible for the student, who are actually coaching and guiding them. And there are very few I've seen, very few. So if the teachers are updating themselves, learning themselves, now who is going to teach the teacher? Now it is impossible for a 9 to 5 people who are you're coming, giving lecture, after exhaustion, you get exhausted, then you go back home, do your family work. It's very difficult, right? I understand that. But if the industry, if your institution take responsibility, like today's, I think I'm so happy. This is the only college in the last, I guess, 6 years. There are only two colleges. Mostly I give lectures to CEOs, CEO, CXO. This is the second time I'm giving lectures to professors and teachers. This is the second time in the last 6 years, which means your college is taking so much of extra effort to make you aware, make you updated, opening your eyes so that you can interact with an industry expert. Anyway, sorry, I'm not still not an industry expert. Sorry for my word. I'm still a student. I have not left my college yet. I'm still inside the campus. So this is what, okay. So and another college I spoke is NIFT, where I spoke to all the professors and the teacher of the across India on a Zoom call. So this is a beautiful moment where another thing is that teachers has to be a giver. Teacher has to be always a giver. So when we do that, what I mean by giving, not giving knowledge and gain, also coaching them. Most of us are so much engrossed with our daily life, we get exhausted. Because I'll give one example. I will not name one of the top colleges in India, top B school. And I said the top 15. So I went when I spend time with the student is saying, teachers are so busy, they are not listening to me. I don't blame the teachers, because they may be exhausted, they may be tired, they know. And there's one more teacher who is a friend of mine, two three teachers who are friends. They keep shifting jobs. So I tell them, why are you shifting jobs so much? At the there you should settle down. So what happened when you yourself are not sure whether you're going to be in this college, but if you keep on, what I do every time I get a chance, I try to make a little difference in the student. Even if there are two students impacted, I will feel happy and proud that I've impacted student life. If we do that in a regular manner, I think we can change the environment. Now coming back to the knowledge and upgradation. See, what happens is a natural tendency. The more aged you are, your acceptability goes down, your adaptability goes down. So that is the reason. See, I'm not using any presentation. I'm not using anything to use any word jargons. I'm trying to use and talk in the simplest possible manner so that my communication reaches you and it impacts the student. Okay, so when Gaurav called me, I think a few days back, I said, "Oh, okay, I would love to come to our campus." The reason I go to the campus because that is the only time, and I don't go in a hurricane tour. I always go, stay there for one day. Next day, in the evening, I come back. So the time I spend with the student, what I do, I'm actually helping the new generation to seek, to understand, to figure out what they're doing. This is what I see is we must have. Uh, uh, so this is what I see here. So the institution needs to be upgraded. The institution needs to be bringing industry people across to you so that you understand. Second, you must. I know it is not on your hand. Education institution must upgrade their syllabus. Most of the syllabuses are 100-year old. Most of the syllabuses have no meaning now. I know the syllabus changing cannot happen so fast because it needs authority, AICTA, government body, and XYZ. But still, even if you change 15-20% of the syllabus every year, or even 10% every year, you will actually, because most of the syllabus I see across 70 colleges, not a small one, which I keep saying, are 30% are outdated. 30% have no meaning now. I don't know why they're teaching those things, because they're not relevant in any college, they're in any industry, because the industry has changed, consumer have changed, syllabus have not changed. This is the problem. Okay, consumer have changed, industry have changed, behavior has changed, buying pattern have changed, your transaction, banking system, payment gateway have changed, but syllabus has become fixed. So this is a funny part I see here. So this is the reason, I guess. So everybody needs to contribute to make a better India. Okay, to make up most of us here who is listening to my conversation, I guess, I wish, and I believe that all of you will live 100 years, out of which I can bet my life 50% is around 35, 40. So you have another 60 years to live. The last 10 years you will not able to work because of your health issue, whatever, medication. And so you have only 30 years in your hand or 20 years in your hand. Or sometimes people who are very senior, you have 10 years or 5 years, even 2 years in your hand. So if you really want to impact a better India, so that why do I say this? You can have a great sleep. You will feel so proud. You will feel so energized. Believe me, when I interviewed this 100 student, I learned more than those students. It was not an interview. I was learning. I was asking questions. I was trying to figure out. So why you came to MBA? What all things triggered you to come here? Why you want to get into who is paying your fees? I saw there are people whose father is a Ola driver. I found there's one of the students' father is a farmer. I saw one of the person who have left his corporate job and put all his money to do MBA, not knowing that MBA is not for him. He wanted to do something on creativity. I said you should have gone to MICA. Why you have come to this college? So I see there's a huge mix. There's a new huge the massacre happening. Things are not in places. But I am so thankful to your college and Gaurav for doing this exercise. Out of 6 years, I've never seen out of 70 colleges Not a single college except this one, your college and National School of Design. These are the only two college who took time to make industry people interact with professors and teachers like that. I've not seen much. So you all of you must have thought that another Subhobroto is coming. He's going to give lectures on presentation boring. I'm not doing that. I don't believe in. Actually, when Gaurav was telling me, sir, there's someone who was supposed to talk. He just left. Can you talk? I said I have to make a presentation because last night I was doing something. I could not. He said, you don't need. I said, actually, I don't need presentation. I can talk. Average 8 hours I talk in when I go to a business class or business school. So what I saw, there's a big problem. There's a huge problem. And this problem, we all need to contribute. We all need to solve. It is not one person who can solve. The teacher, like this, if Gaurav and your institution, Galotia, they are doing a wonderful, you have no idea. Because all of you must be thinking, this is going to be another boring session. We have to attend. It is must. A principal or dean has said, you must attend. Let's go attend. And let's do cooking and doing something else. Let this bloody thing run, right? Believe me, not much college in India is doing this exercise, which Gaurav and the other team is doing. It is so helpful. I think I shook many of you. Many of you may be cursing me also. Many of you thank me, but many of you must be cursing that you are just, by the way, you must be thinking, what is my age? Believe me, because of L'Oreal and hair color, you can't figure my age. These are not black, these are all white. So most of I see here, people I see here, I'm almost of your age. Okay, you can easily do the math. If 27 years is my work experience, and if I work, if I've started after doing my graduation, what is going to be my age? You can guess it. So I'm quite old, but I am quite young in terms of upgradation. I'm quite young in terms of knowledge. I still study and I still upgrade myself. I'm struggling to learn everything new, and that is the reason. In today's world, yesterday I was talking about AI. When most people of my friend of my age who are around 50, they have perished, they have vanished. They don't understand what is an AI. Everybody have an iPhone, but not one person can use iPhone in the proper manner. They only know call coming, call going, SMS chat, but they don't know how many 20 features or 30 features are in a phone. Okay, they don't know how to do that. I've seen a lot of CEO have bought an Apple MacBook just to show off. They don't know. In Apple there's no delete button. You have to do command delete, otherwise you cannot delete. There's a CEO, I can't name you, very top CEO from a very top company. He took me, he said, why don't you come to my house? I went to his house, and he said, I've got a MacBook, but there's no delete button. I cannot delete a page. So I was wondering, who is this idiot, has make him a CEO, right? So I see is that knowledge is bliss. Knowledge stays with you, but old knowledge doesn't help you. If you really want to upgrade, if you really want to know, you need to meet younger people. You should also listen to the student. You should also figure out, because students are very curious. Most of the time we think he's a 20-year-old kid, but this 20-year-old kid know many social media handles than you and me. Please understand. There was a time when your dad or our dad used to say, you should not spend time on Facebook, you should, all these are rubbish. And that dad is right now hiring a 20-year-old kid to run his own company social media. This is what is happening. Okay. So that's it. So so what I said is based on my anger, my frustration around people. I see lots of idiotic people around me, a lot of idiotic people in the industry, a lot of idiotic people who don't know anything. So these are all out of my anger. So I'm sorry if you find it little offensive, but I speak truth. It's because when I was working, I was afraid to open my mouth, because what you want to say and what you have in your heart, you cannot do when you're working, because your boss will get angry. It is not politically correct to say those words. Right now, I'm a consultant. I am a ruthless. So when I say ruthless, or when I say I speak my heart, because I speak the truth. The truth many people may not like. I really don't care if anyone likes or it doesn't like. But I only know if I keep on doing this, I will change people's life. Even if there are 2 people in this 265 people who are listening to me, I don't know. If there are only 2 people or 1 people who understand, so where will you learn? Now coming back to forget this GAN session and tell you, where will you learn? All the professors and teachers, whatever domain you are. So go to the best way to learn. You not Google. Please understand. You don't need to Google. So the best way to learn, I can bet my life, none of you are a Twitter user. Most of you have a Twitter, but you don't use. Most of you have forgotten your password. Please get into Twitter first. The beauty of this Twitter gives you live updates and feed. So imagine you're into botany, you're into physics, you're into human psychology, you're into operations, you're into accounting, you're into finance, you're into tech, you're into marketing, into branding. So if you follow, so go to Twitter and follow the subjects which you want to learn and acquire. Twitter will help you in the folder, all the new latest information will come. You can follow cricket and politics, whatever you want to do, but do that. Tweet. So you should not search your own subject on Google. Instead, you should search on Twitter. Number one, rule one. If you do that, your life will change. In 7 days, you will see you're talking something which your own colleague don't know. What will happen? Number one, you will feel proud. You will able to talk the latest version of your subject to your student. Student will start respecting you. Student will also get upgraded, and you will impact India in the smallest molecule level. You are impacting Indian students and education system, and obviously the country. So if you love this, if we all love India, if we really want to change people, we need to actually impact 2 or 3 people every day we meet. And this is one. Twitter is one. Second, imagine if you are Twitter is easy because Twitter doesn't have much communication, and you don't have to tweet. You only you can also do one thing. If you retweet or if you tweet or if you also do, you can also do one thing. Twitter is one. Second is Pinterest. I can bet my life none of you out of these 268 people, maybe 8 people must have heard or use it. Pinterest, Pinterest. Pinterest is a beautiful way by which each subjects are shown in a diagrammatic order. You open an account in Pinterest, you have it in your phone. Every day you will see similar topic. Imagine you are in HR, you will figure out. In fact, there's something I'm launching. I'm launching. So I was so angry. I thought, okay, let me do something. All these GAN session may not. It will take long time. So how do I impact? So I created digital. I created Digital Fellow Academy. I'm going to launch in next 7 days time. I'm launching few courses. This is not a sales speech. I don't want to talk over the detail, but all I'm trying to tell you is that in this, I realize one thing which no school in India is doing, but it is very much required for all the industry. So what is the requirement? Demand is the industry needs people who understand strategy. And colleges have only 2 years. Out of this 2 years, they have only 20. As per your syllabus, you can only learn 20 or 30 altogether theory or strategy. And by the time you're out of the college, you're forgotten. Another gap is when do you use strategy, business strategy, sales strategy, distribution, whatever strategy. When do you learn strategy or when can you apply strategy? You can only apply strategy when you are minimum 32, 33 year age, which means after your college, after working for 5 years, when you are about to learn and execute strategy, you have already forgotten strategy because way back 7 years back you have learned something. You have only remembered Boston consultancy, dog star, SWOT analysis, PLC curve, XYZ. You have only remembered, rest everything you have forgotten. So what I learned, what I'm doing to help India, I am making a strategy, only strategy, 200 or 300 strategy in an application method which no schools or no books is teaching. Which means if this is the strategy, this is a template. Wherever you have joined, fill the template, your strategy can be done. I'm doing it. I've started with the help of some 10 interns who are working with me. I'm starting. So this is going to answer. This is not for MBA student. It can be anyone. It is agnostic to anyone. So if you want to, and another thing, it's like a medicine. It's like a medicine. How do you know which strategy is required? Is a problem, right? There's no way you can figure out. If you search in Google, I am having a brand loss of sale, or my brand is not degrowing. What strategy should I use? Google will tell you. Yes, Google will also tell you the answers, but the pages will be 3,22,522. You will not able to figure out, right? You will never figure out. So what I'm doing, I'm doing a filter. If you're looking for a brand strategy, these are the 5 strategies which will work. If you're looking for distribution, these are the 2 distribution model you can work. If you're looking for brand equity, these are the 2 things. In fact, what is happening? We are reading less. We are not reading. We are glancing. There's difference between reading, knowing, and glancing. Most of the students are glancing. They're not reading. So they're coming to college, or they're spending time into university just to get a good marks, to get a good job. They are not interested to learn. So this is the problem I see in India. So I'm trying to solve it in my own little bit way. So I'm so happy. This is the second time in the last 6 years, some colleges calling me to talk to their professors. So all of you, believe me, all of you are so powerful to impact India. I can bet my life. All of you must have already, few of you already must experience. Imagine a lot of people take my pictures in the college, in the campus, outside, railway station, airports, whom I don't know them, I've forgotten. So when they come and touch your feet, those are moments of truth. Those are the most beautiful, precious moments which we all look as a teacher or as a giver. So if the giver or teacher like us, see, I get my bread and burn. I get it from my consulting. I earn my money, but I earn my respect, and I earn my happiness from going to colleges. And that's the reason I keep saying I will never go to college, give a lecture, and come back. I'll not do that. I want to stay there, because every time I stay, I discover new things. So this is another thing called persona. When you understand, when you mix with people for a long time, you get so much of information. You will able to see the gap. I could spot this gap, and I may not be able to solve it, but may reduce the gap. That's my effort. I may not be able to completely solve it, but I will able to reduce in my own manner. I will reduce it, and that's the reason there are few courses I'm launching online where people can learn and colleges can also learn. And for this you don't need to be an MBA. You can be a class 12 student or a class 10 student. You can still learn it. And you imagine you're a profession, you have not done your MBA, you have done your BBA or law or whatever. You have by the way you have changed your job, you are working in a company, and you need some problem, how to solve it. You can go. This is what I'm trying to do in my own manner. So I think I spoke almost 1 hour, if I'm not wrong, 10 minutes less 1 hour. I hope it was meaningful to you, how important you are in the ecosystem. And this is something based on my own experience, which I share. I will be happy to come again if you ever call me to interact, because few levels of people whom I try to impact. Professors and teachers have not. I did, yes. But another thing I must tell you, this may be impact you. Yes, I have my first class degree of MBA, but believe me, I have thrown all my degrees into dustbin. All my degrees into dustbin. I only behave like a student. I read and study every day for 10 to 12 hours. And that is the reason when I open my mouth, I don't talk bookish. I don't talk theory. And that is the reason 3 lakhs of people, students in India, follow me, because I don't give them gyan like their mom and dad. I talk to them like the senior friend. And you can only impact if you are learning. If you are not learning, uh, I don't know, you will not able to impact people in India. So that's it. I will not give you much more gyan session. It is enough on a Saturday weekend. I see few of you are already busy. I didn't want to interrupt. I hope you understood what I mean. So if I sum up what my entire session, I said one thing, which is that the syllabus needs to be improved, updated 10 minutes or 10% or 15% every year. The people who are teaching, or you people who are professors or researchers or academicians, you need to upgrade yourself. Most of the teacher or professor I saw in the personally I saw in the last 30 years are holding their old degrees and they're basking in their past glory. Everybody are basking in their past glory. So that's the reason I never spoke on my designations. If you see, in the last 1 year, I didn't use my designation. All the I only name you just to give you a context that I have not worked in a Chanduram Kaka company. I worked in a top company. So what I'm saying has meaning towards it, but I didn't use my designation. When I say, so many people, all of us needs to work without designation. When you work without designation, try to impact 2 or 5 or 10 students in people's life, because they are not only, this is how you can give back to India. This is, so I am right now talking to you, I am trying to give back to you so that you can impact thousands of students whom you meet every day, right? I only meet maybe 100 students whenever I get an opportunity, but you impact so many students every day, every single day. Try not to be selfish, and you can only give provided you know. If you don't know, you cannot give. You will give a old outdated food. So knowledge is today's world. So Twitter is something I said. If you follow Twitter, you will able to know latest thing, modern thing. You will able to upgrade yourself. And third is that if you don't upgrade yourself, won't you feel sad that I know so less? Maybe you have a PhD degree, you have a double degree. I know a gold medalist who used to work. I'll tell you something interesting. There's a gold medalist, English literature, whom I hired for my content writing. Uh, 2 years back, she was there for almost 2 years. But after that, AI came in, artificial intelligence came in. My entire company, the content writing or content article, blog, research, whatever I do, there's no human being who do it. It is done by AI. I learned AI myself. My content writer used to throw tantrum. I cannot write so much. I have to think. This is not a mandate work. You need to give time. She used to write 2 to 3 blogs in a month. That day when I was learning AI, artificial intelligence, 2 years back, I learning AI and I said, okay, let me use, I learned prompting and all those stuff. This is not ChatGPT. I'm talking about pre-ChatGPT. I'm using it for last 2. So AI was there for been long years. So now ChatGPT just came and you all figure out, oh wow, it's a great thing. So we were using AI for a long time. For the last 2 years, when I used this, when I sat, I still remember it was one Sunday. I produced 45 articles and blog in just 4 hours. For the last 2 years, there is no human being in my company on content. It is done by AI. Believe me, now AI will take your job too. I'm not trying to, wake you up. I'm very trying to tell you. Now people, because education is going to be a different, because of the AI, the things will change. People, teachers, in all these things, there will be less people. There will be less teachers. There will be less education. So now AI will take over. So what will happen? How do you want to? How can you still become relevant? You can only still become relevant because most of you was thinking, oh, AI, it is in US. It will not come to Gujarat. My dear friend, AI is sitting next to you and copy you. There are 4,000 AI right now available, and one of the AI is clone, which it can clone your own voice. It can text you and talk to you like you, and these are all free subscription for 15 days. If you don't want to make a PPT, if you don't know want to how to do a PPT, just write, I want to do a PPT on physical exercises. It will tome.com, it will make a PPT for you. If you don't know how to create song and music, go to zoom.com and write something and it will create a song. It will you can just say, you can just use word. It's called prompting. So AI is going to take many teachers' job, and it is already taking as I'm speaking to you. And all of you must be thinking, I am right now 55, another Abhi, what will AI do? I am already settled. What will happen is that, imagine if you have retired or if you're out, if you've finished your, your thing. If you really want to go out and look for some other job, AI will not able to, you will not, if you don't know AI, or if you don't know, now what is it? So AI is something very simple. You don't need to be a technological person. By the way, I'm a honors BCom graduate. I'm not a technical person. Idiot like me can learn AI. I'm sure all of you are more qualified than me. All of you will also learn. So AI, if you don't know AI, if you don't know prompting, most of the research paper can be done. Okay, you must be thinking there's something called, there are levels of AI. I know. I will tell you one of the name of the AI. Hold on. It's called Futurepedia. Okay, this is the name of the encyclopedia for all AI. Futurepedia. If you write futurepedia.io, not .com, Futurepedia.io, then you go and search anything you want to do. You want to be a designer, you want to be a content, you want to teach, you want to imagine today, you want to speak to a college or student on branding, and you're not ready. Go to AI and write this. Give me a 30 minutes class session on branding, marketing, logistics. Tell me 25 rules which I'm going to teach today in my class on logistics. It will tell you. So if you don't know, because what AI is doing, AI is helping to reduce your time, which we use, for stupid time can be reduced. So the unwanted time can be reduced, right? So if you don't know AI, by the way, I don't know whether you have seen, if you go to LinkedIn and if you want to type, it says it will Google. If you go right now, go and try to write something, it will say that Google will also use AI to write your email, right? So AI is something which is quite deadly. People who are younger in this forum, in 276 people, you should be careful. People are old, still okay, because you have very less time to finish your your employment here. I think 56, I guess, right, Gaurav? 56 or 60 is a retirement time. But people who are younger.
Now, sir, it is increased in IITs and NITs, 65 in the Central University, I think.
Okay.
And in the private, you can work till 75 and 80.
Okay, but good. So imagine if you really want to continue working, you cannot be an obsolete or a fossil talking, because students will not like you. Student will upgrade. He will say, hey, this professor is good. We respect his age, but he doesn't know anything. I went to one of the best school in I can't tell you the name also. One of the top B school, top 15 school. The average, the tuition fees is more than 30 lakhs. Okay, so they're saying there are professors who are very aged. That person, the professor is shaking. He can't stand properly. He is very knowledgeable. We respect his age, but he don't know. But he's outdated. He's saying something which doesn't exist now. Now, who is going to tell the professor, sir, whatever you're saying is so boring? So, if you don't want to be a boring professor or a teacher, if you really want to be an interesting, upgraded version, okay, well, let me give you another last thing. All of your phone, right? All of your phone. How many years generally you take to upgrade your phone? Just text me 1 or 2. 2 year, 1 year. Every 2 year you change your phone, or every 3 year you change your phone, right? So if you see, every 3 year we change our phone, which means we upgrade our phone. Now ask yourself, when was the last time you upgraded yourself? When was the last time you have upgraded yourself? If you find an answer, then you are happy. But if you are not, then so that's it. I have nothing more to talk. I hope I have shook you up. I welcome all of you to my LinkedIn. You can come if you want to share, if you want to ask. I'm happy to answer. If you can visit my website. If you just another thing I'll tell you interestingly, you don't need to know me. Just on the Google image, if you go to Google and then go for a image search, just write the first 4 alphabet of my word, Subhobro, Subho, bus. Google will tell you you're looking for Subhobroto Chakroborty. So if you do that, I welcome all of you. If you want to know, if you think I talk sense, and I made sense to you, by the way, and I'm helpful. I'm happy to help, and thank you, Gaurav, for inviting me. Any question I can answer. If you have any question, I'm happy to answer.
Yes, yes, sir. Sir, thank you so much, sir. First, we take the question of our uh, faculty member. So, dear participant, please unmute yourself. And if you ask the query, if you have any query, Dr. Ganesh Dutt Bhatt has write on the chat, how is digital technology transforming agri-food system? What are the digital innovation in agriculture sector? Any funding agency for agri entrepreneurship like that?
ଗୋଟେ ଗାଡି ନେଇକି ପଳେଇବା
Oh,
ଭୁଲ କରିଦେଲି ଗାଡି ମୋର ସେପଟେ ଅଛି ଚାଲ
yeah. Gaurav, mute everybody. I'll answer this.
Yes, yes, I have muted. Yeah.
Agri business, AI has started working. In agri business, fertilizer, how much water you need to give, what is the level of fertilization, what crop is right for that point, cloud seeding happening. All these things are, I have met few. Right now I don't remember the name of the company, but if you Google, you will definitely find. You will able to, it will predict the rainfall. It will predict what type of fertilizer. Another thing has come, which is M2M, machine to machine, which means if there are 4-5 lands across long region, if you put that small device into that soil, it will able to talk to each field. If there are some 1,000 field around, it will able to talk, and it will able to also do a geo mapping and tell you when the rain will come, when the cloud is coming. Everything is possible through all. And this is, I'm talking about, I met this company in one of the conferences almost 3-4 years back. It is called machine to machine. It's called machine learning. So they use a small device, put it on the soil, and with the help of an app, you will able to see the crop. You can see the advancement. Everything can be found. So AI is taking over. Also for spraying a land, you need lot of human labor. Now there in Tamil Nadu also, in Kannada also, all the places they are using drones, small drones, and it can go and spray in the perfect manner. It will able to take care of the crop. It will able to identify the crop is ripe or not. So AI has taken over. Is already there. It's happening in our country. It is no more in US, and this is no more a theory. It is happening. I will not able to tell you right now the name of the company. I will search and let Gaurav know this. I will help you. It's already there. AI is already taken over. It's already taken over. It's no more a future. This is not a future talk. It's happening as I'm talking to you. Any question?
Sir, my question, sir. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So my question, sir, how far the possibility of implementing artificial intelligence in the school level, sir? Because what you said is right, because updation of upgrading our knowledge is missing. We also accept that query. But my question is it possible to implement the artificial intelligence by the school education itself, so that when they come out for higher education, they will be at least, they'll have better understanding, sir?
Okay, yes. There are two way you can do. Okay, there are two way. Very simple. I will make it simple execution. The two way you can do. One is, imagine that person is not an marketing person. He is into other education. For him, AI is something very complex. AI, he thinks AI is very technology. It's not. So I have crafted a course. I will able to share with Gaurav in next 7 days time. It is, imagine your son, daughter, or your mom or uncle, auntie, they can also learn from AI. AI is very simple. AI is a software. It's called garbage in, garbage out. What you tell in the AI is what it can do. I'll tell you another beautiful example, easy example. Imagine everybody, all of us have an iPhone. All of us, right? So we have paid 1 lakh rupees and we all got iPhone. Can we all take great pictures? Answer is no. Are we all good photographer? Answer is no. Can we take great movie? Answer is no. Which means with AI you will not able to do anything if you don't know how to use it. Similarly, if you are a photographer, sir, and if I give you an iPhone, or if I give you any simple phone or a 15,000 rupees phone, you can still take great pictures because you know the rules of the grammar of composition of the photo. Same thing happens with AI. So I am trying to make this course for everybody, for 10 year 11 students also. So my AI course is simple, which means AI for work. So where if you want to work in any company, in any designation, in any role, use this way of prompting this engineering this thing in a simple manner. And by the way, it doesn't need any coding. Zero coding. You don't need to know any coding. You only need to know how to talk to a machine. It's called prompting, which I'm teaching. Prompting is how to talk. I'll give you another beautiful example. If you tell an AI, I want to go for a holiday, make my plan, it will tell all stupid random thing. But if you say, please make a plan for 4 days, I want to go to a tropical country, my budget is 30,000 rupees, I have a aged mother who wants to travel but she will not walk much, make sure it doesn't rain, make sure it doesn't that place is not too much of heat because I have skin allergy. Now you tell me a customer and I want to leave on 16 September and come back by 28 September. Now you plan me. If you give us such a detail, you will have a fantastic outcome. So I'm making a course I'm going to share with Gaurav, which means even a class 10 student can also learn. So I am I'm trying to tell how to catch the fish. If you learn it, you can catch any fish.
Thank you, sir.
I will
Thank
share.
You. I think
share
it will
with
be
Gaurav.
more, yeah, it will be
Yes,
more
sir,
useful for
because
actually
like
for
yeah,
yes,
you're
sir,
saying
Sundram
something.
sir, please continue, sir.
yeah,
Sundram sir,
it will be, I think it will be more useful for the people who do research, because many of the times I could see that many of the students, they always do the copy paste research reports and all. So I think
You can,
this will be very much useful.
yes, you can. There are different kinds of copy paste. So since ChatGPT has come, people are copying. But do you know? I will give you one trick to catch them. Just copy their answer, paste it into ChatGPT, and write, "Have you created this content?" ChatGPT will tell you, "Yes, I've created this content."
Like plagiarism.
Yes. Also, there's
Like,
there's another bypass. If a student is smart, there's something called AI for human. So first it will write a content, then it will again write it in a human tone. That you will not able to catch.
so in a different way. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Any questions?
actually, sir, I think there previously there was era of nanotechnology that has transformed the technology in such a way that the several researcher academician has utilized nanotechnology to produce more PhD, to generate the research paper like that. And I think in this era, this is the AI era. In AI era, several researcher and academician using the AI, publishing the several books. So actually, I think, sir, that this AI will also responsible to less to devastate the condition for the IQ level also of several student as well as several researcher, because they are not putting several effort to learn new thing. They are just generating from the generative type of AI.
Okay. I'll tell you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, the answer is yes and no, both.
Yes, sir.
Yes, to some extent, yes. To some extent, no. Why it is no? Because as I said, sir, a few minutes back, if you and I both have an AI,
Yes.
ChatGPT, if we give different instruction, our answer will vary. So if you give a very novice input, your output will be novice. But if you give a very qualified, very well crafted input, your output will be far way better. So that way you can make a difference. But yes, just by writing copy but see, another example. All of you sitting right now, 246 people I see here, all of you can write book in just 1 hour, and you can sell it on Amazon in the next 30 minutes. It is right now
Yes, sir.
possible.
Yes, sir.
All of you.
I agree. But sir, now the plagiarism is coming on the AI, on ChatGPT answer also. Previously, the authenticate and the plagiarism software is not capturing the plagiarism similarity score through the text generated by the ChatGPT, but now it is capturing because
Okay.
several people has utilized the ChatGPT and they have published the data on internet. So that's why it is coming.
See, if it is a very specific one, you will not able to, this ChatGPT don't help you. Imagine
Yes.
if you write Gaurav's personal life, how will ChatGPT write?
No. It will not write.
Right? It is impossible for ChatGPT to write.
No.
But
Yes,
if you give, these are my Gaurav's have 5 skill set. Gaurav is professionally qualified in this 10 thing. Can you make a beautiful CV of Gaurav so that he is seen as an authenticated, domain expert? Then ChatGPT will to write.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So ChatGPT will not help
Sir.
in all the manner.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir,
But
sir,
it will
this
help
was
you.
a very
It will
wonderful
help you to
session, sir.
customize.
Yes.
It will help you
Yes,
to
sir.
customize. You will make it beautiful. See, forget about ChatGPT. Any generative AI, its job is to make repetitive task shorter. You don't have to waste time to do repetitive thing. Okay, it can be. Imagine you now you don't need to learn PPT. You don't need to learn Excel. You can go to Sheet GPT, SHEET, sheetgpt.com, and you can just write. Can you make a total of this column? It will do the mathematics and it will tell you the thing. So tome.com, if you want to make a PPT, go and write, I want to make a PPT on, and this is a one line input. Make a PPT on human psychology. It will make a PPT with images.
Okay. Nice, sir. So, dear participant, if you want to ask anything, you can
Sir,
ask.
good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Dr. Shiren Kumar Singh. Can you hear
Yes,
me?
sir. Yes, I can hear you. Tell me, sir.
Sir, I want to ask just one question. What will be the role of future role of teachers if AI can answer these things and like that? We are
Yes,
like
teachers. Yes.
What
It
is your
is.
opinion about this?
It's a very not good. See, I'll
It's
tell
not
you.
good for us.
No, not good for incompetent people.
Okay.
So AI will not take your job. Some professor who know AI, that person will take your job.
Okay, sir. So we need to be like updated from AI and how it could be
Yes.
helpful for the
I'm
teacher.
making a course.
Yeah.
My course is ready. I want to share. So if your college collaborate with me, I will able to share this course with everybody, including professors. You can do learn. And this is a 15 hours course. You can do it in your own time, own space. And we can do this. So I will talk to Gaurav on this. If your college authority
Yes, sir.
wants, it's already ready. I made it. You can do. Your son, daughter can do. Your mother can also do. I made it so simple and so easy, because in tomorrow's world, in the next 5 years, sorry, in the 5 months, sorry, 5 years, in the next 5-6 months, people, because I'm sure all of you know, people are losing. So I'll tell you, you don't need so much. What are the jobs which are shrinking? You don't need many teachers to fill a student. You need less teachers. So what they will do? They will be AI related content, which will teacher will come and talk. Number one, you don't need many marketing people in a marketing team, because the team will shrink, because you don't need so many people. So if you don't know AI, then it's a real problem. God help you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. This is Shweta Mishra. Am I audible?
Yes, I can see you also.
Oh, yes, sir. Sir, I just wanted to ask that are there specific some AI incubators who can help us for the ideas which is related to healthcare, and I am having some idea related to I want to incorporate AI into it. So is there any incubator which can help me in this?
What topic you are doing this? What is the topic and what type of work?
So basically, right now I am working on the biosensors, and I want something which can, technically, if suppose I am having a patch, and that patch is having some information with that sensor, so anything which can read that sensor and provide the same information on the telephone app, mobile app. Sorry. So
Are
I
you
can
are,
put this on
okay?
that app.
Understood.
Somewhat like that.
Are you creating some product?
Yes, sir. I am working on the medical devices.
Okay.
And
Is
yes,
it
sir.
funded? Is the project funded?
I am going for the BRAC also. The last date is 16, so I am planning to go for it. And into that, I need some, guidance for the same.
I will able to implement this. I have my own AI team. I can implement this. But having said, you don't have to do it with me also. I'll tell you a simple thing. Any AI company, there are a lot of AI company right now who are, so you need to first get yourself funded. Then only you will able to afford, because it's a cost which individually you cannot afford. But if you are funding, this can be solved by AI and robotics and machine learning. Three things happen. The tall, I'll make it very simple for you. Imagine this is a tall tower. The first one is your deep learning. On the top of that is machine learning. On the top of that is artificial learning. On the side, there's some coming is robotics. So robotics, machine learning, all these things will able to. This thing can be solved by machine learning and robotics, because it's a repeated patch or something will come. It has to understand the image or whatever. It can be easily done. Yes. But get yourself funded first. I will help you. You can reach out to me. You can take my email ID from Gaurav. You can reach out to me. I can help you.
The second thing, I also wanted to know that people like me who are not having any math background, who are into the biology or into the pharma, is it easy for us to go and learn AI and ML? Because I had tried, honestly, during the COVID time, I had tried to for the Coursera and other apps and other online platforms so that I can be aware of such things. But
Okay.
after going to 1 to 2 class, it was so damn boring that I quit from that course.
Okay. Do you drink milk?
Sorry?
Do you drink milk?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a cow at home?
Yes, sir.
So that's my answer. You don't need to do many things. You only do things which you are good at. You drink milk, that's important. You don't have to keep a cow at home. Okay? So that's not our job. So you only focus into what you're good at, but understanding AI's basic preliminary is important. So what the course I've made, I will share it with Gaurav and all of you. That is possible. That you can do to understand. So that you understand how to talk to a AI person, how to give instruction. That is okay. But you don't need to learn coding, because that's the way you don't need cow to drink milk at home.
Thank you so much, sir. Looking forward to have some
Sure,
future
sure.
talk with you in our college. I am from
Oh, yes.
College.
So you ask Gaurav for this.
Yeah, definitely, sir. Definitely, I will contact you for this.
Yeah.
I
Cool.
think, sir, there is a several bioinformatics field. The bioinformatics field, people are creating several software like that. But we are using this software and generating our paper, doing our research work for that. So like that, we should not go into the coding part, the biology people, and we can use the AI for to solve our purpose only.
I'll tell you something.
Yes, sir.
Something
Yes,
interesting.
sir.
Microsoft AI as just now is there already working on it. Microsoft is doing it. They are taking a picture of an eye, just the eye. Okay, and with the help of an eye, they can in they can see the picture, the image. It has artery, vein, everything is on the eye. With that help of that image, AI can predict after 15 years you may have an heart attack, or after 10 years you may have a lungs disease, or you can have a tumor with the help of certain muscular formation happening at a very micro level on breast cancer can also happen. It can detect problem 15-20 years before it can happen. So AI is everywhere. So AI is also working very closely on pharmacy, on medical treatment, all these things. Now, since it is happening at a very fast pace, and that is the reason you may not, everything may not be available right now, but it is happening across India. Every day there are 300 new AI launching on this website, which I told you. Every day, 300. So right now we have some 4,500 AI software available. Now these are all content, design, chemistry, topic, all this stuff. But now AI is available, robotics, AI and machine learning, because these are all three part of the system which I said. No, these are happening so it is absolutely happening already. It's not. It's no more in the future tense. It's on the present tense. It's happening right now. There's someone called. Okay. Any question? Anuj.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Anuj. Only Anuj, I can't see you.
Yeah. Thank you for your talk, intelligent talk, I can say. So I just want to know about that because you have talked about that you have experienced some content writing material earlier 2 years back with the person and now with the AI. So apart from that time early or the time management part, is there any specific difference that you can figure out from that content that been generated earlier and after the application of AI?
Okay. Massive change. Massive output. If I was getting, I'll tell you simple. I will say, I'll give, you will actually shock. It will shock you. I was paying around 2.5 lakhs for 3 people. One senior, one middle, and one is junior. For 3 people, I was paying 2.5 lakhs salary every month. Okay. Imagine I was getting an output of 15-20%. AI, there are few, I will tell you the name also. There's nothing known is secret. There's an AI called Copymatic. There's an AI called Copy AI. There's an AI called Jaspier. I use this software. These are all monthly subscription. Even if I put together all 2 subscription, it comes to monthly pay of 4,000 rupees. I was paying 2.5 lakhs and I pay. Sometime I don't use it, so I don't pay. So 3,000, 4,000 rupees I pay every month to produce this content. This is pre-ChatGPT. I'm not using ChatGPT. For ChatGPT, though, just now started. I'm using pre-ChatGPT, number one. If now I get highly qualified, highly researched, amazing headline, great formation, the tonality. Okay, I'll tell you something interesting. It will also shock you. Imagine Gaurav writes well. So you hire Gaurav for 1 or 2 subject. You copy the Gaurav's copy on content, whatever Gaurav produced, and you put it into AI and tell AI, read this content, understand the flow, understand the tonality, and your job is to produce in the same manner. So now whatever content you are giving, it will write as if Gaurav is writing. Even Gaurav cannot understand, it is not his word. It can clone. It can clone your type, texture, way you talk, the way you write, the word you use, the type you use, every single thing it can copy. It's called copyai.com. It can copy you. There's something called clone AI, which means it can clone your text, which means it will read all your SMS, chat, whatever. Then if any friend is asking or chatting you something on the LinkedIn, it will respond to you as if you are talking, because it has learned your way of word. Everything is learned. So that is what is happening. It's shocking, right?
Quite so. Not shocking, sir. Rajnikant has show us the future. The robot is taking few seconds to read all the book. They have learned themselves, and
Yes.
they can invent another robot. So
Yes.
yes, sir. So it was the great session, sir. I think several participants want to ask question, but you can permit, then we can.
Yeah, I can talk, no problem.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Any question?
Sorry for interruption, but I think
you are talking about some website or the portal. So may I know that?
Oh, acha, that's a
Copy-
Futurepedia.
the-
Futurepedia.io.
Yes.
If you Google, you will get it.
Thank you.
Any more question?
Any other?
Oh yes, one more I can see. Anuj, I
Harish
think.
Kumar.
Harish
No,
Kumar.
Anuj has, yes.
Okay, Harish, yes. Yeah, Harish, tell me. Harish, you are on mute. I can't hear.
Sir,
Now I can hear.
sir, thank you very much for your excellent talk. I want to ask that you have told us that you are preparing a course for us. So can we join that course on the individual basis, or that would be joined on the institutional basis? Actually, we want to join that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I will see it. It will. My course is available for anyone. Anyone can join. You can join. Imagine. I'm just saying. Imagine your college takes time and you want to do it. You can learn it also. Because if you join through college, it is going to be little cheaper for you, little cheaper. But anyway, it is not a matter. But it will change your entire life. Which means, what in this course, 15 hours, it might take you 1 month time. It's very heavy, but it's in a simple manner. Very video recording is done. You can, in the future, whatever AI comes, you will able to control. You will able to best use of it. You will able to use it. You will able to figure out what is the mistake. You can, because the entire AI, the crux of the AI is not engineering. You don't need to be an engineer, coding, nothing is there. I have not taught anything on coding also. I have all taught the process of doing it, how to crack it. So all these things are in a very detailed manner. Anyone can. You can imagine you are a doctor, you are a researcher, you want to do some research paper, you want to write a book. So if you do this course with the help of 4 or 5 AI, you can write book in just 1 day on any topic, and it's going to be world class. You can post it on Amazon. You don't need to print also. Amazon will print it. You will get a loyalty also. You only need to send a PDF to Amazon. That's it. You can write, and you can write how many books you want to write. You can write 50 books. By the way, the book cover will be also designed by Amazon. You don't need to do anything. You can price your book. Everything is possible on AI. And just in 1 day or 2 days, can you imagine? You can write a 500 or a 400 page book in just 1 day. It is humanly not possible. Yes, if you take in 1 day, if you take 7 days, obviously your quality will be better. If you make 10 days, your quality will be far better. That is the difference. But I'm saying, exciting, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, very much excited, sir. Thank you so much.
So we have to upgrade ourselves, sir, with AI.
Yes, sir. You can send me a LinkedIn request. You can come to my website. There's a page where you can request me. My course will be ready in next 7 days time or 6 days. So it's already ready. The last finishing is going on. I will send the link. You can see. Not a problem. College, you will get a big discount. You will get a big discount if college agrees to buy from me. But anyway, let's see. But you can also, anyone can study. Anyone can do it. And it is simple. And it's simplest way. I'm telling you, your son can also learn. It is so simple. Step by step, you will be able to learn it. Cool. Any
Thank you so
question?
much, sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sir, what activities we do in TDS Collab Hub?
Yes. Collaboration, we do research paper, we do industry research paper. I have already done 45 industry research. If you see my industry report, if you scroll down, you will find 45 industry. Another 30 has been done, is coming out. So 75 industry audit I have already done. So if someone is looking for, wants to write some collaboration, we will able to collaborate, and you can be a guest writer. You can come on a podcast. We can have a conversation on it. It can go live on YouTube. So happy to collaborate with anyone on topic around which I understand.
Definitely, sir.
Okay.
Any question?
I think there is no query now.
Good, thank you.
Anyone?
So Gaurav, I will send you this course detail.
Okay, sir.
I'll call you. I'll talk to you.
Okay, sir. Sir, I do not have word to express my feeling for you. You have accepted our invitation, and Shankar sir also said hi to you, because he is so busy. He is organizing one conference and the gifts, so he was not able to join the session. And sir, please accept this digital memento. Not designed by the AI. I have designed this. Yes, sir. So kindly accept, sir. This is the token of immense gratitude toward your contribution to teach, to make us learn about the informative information you have given in this 2 weeks faculty development program. And thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. See you all someday at your campus. Bye bye.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.